Hello, welcome back to Bender Sushi Live Noding. In this episode, I'm gonna give a quick breakdown of this Bender procedural Bender robot that I made using Spreadchalk add-on and Blender. So so basically, I look at some reference of Bender, and Bender, of course, it's a fairly simple robot design that you can easily actually model um, using just simply like a normal manual modeling. But I kind of want to test whether I can recreate it procedurally. So it's kind of interesting, and this is actually quite nice. And I was originally gonna make the Android robot. This is also quite nice design, but someone already did it. But I might actually do this as well. This is actually much simpler. I was actually gonna do Iron Giant, and there is another robot from Miyazaki. This is actually quite nice. Also, but this one has a lot more detail. So I thought maybe I just make Bender for now. So Bender from Futurama. I didn't. I haven't made the proper arm and leg and the foot part and the hand, but I guess I'm just gonna show you how it looks right now. So the face might need a little bit of tweaks so that the proportion is more correct. Currently it's kind of okay, but it's no, I think I need to work more on this guy, and I don't have details on the stomach yet. So let's get started and let's have a look how I started. So when you look at this node tree, you look at it, it's quite detailed, but it's actually fairly simple. If I bake it out, I should get a kind of something that looks like a bender. It's not perfect, like I said, but let's see how this guy is assembled. So I think I started from the body part because it looks like a cylinder, and with the cylinder I can just maybe extrude this part, and then I can attach the head and then the arm and the legs. So let's see from the most left, what did I have here? So indeed I started from just a normal cylinder. If I bake it out, that's just a cylinder. And I have subdivision here for the body. And I have this part that control the hips part. So with a character like robot, it's actually, you can simplify it, the body, the arm, and the legs actually, and it's better if I plan this better from the start. I already know that it should have the arm part, the hips, the body, and this for the arm, the legs, and the head, and the proportion might change at any time, but this part should stay the same, and the head can be changed as well. Maybe I need to redesign this, but I'll give you the node setup anyway. So this part, you see, I can control the body part of Bender, so I can make him shorter or taller, but I give it like about this height for the body, and then I have control over this part as well. And let's see, I think, okay, I can control the placement of the head, but then again, Bender has its own proportions and design, so I cannot do too much. I can seems to control the head part. I don't have the neck, but so that's for the head. Cylinder, okay, this control that part of Bender. I think it's I set it just 32, and so that's made the shoulder part, and then from there I think, what did I do here? Circle? Do I need circle? Not sure what that for. So let's look at this part. This part could be the leg parts. So I'm using the bounding box, I think the bounding box of the body, and then selecting the bottom part or the top part, and then I mask it out. What is this? Okay, this is actually for the arm. There's this multiplier. I don't need that. I think I'm using line because I know line have 2 points for the position of the arm. So there's a little bit of procedurality there. If I increase the number, I can have multiple arm. The sphere, so that's for the shoulder part. Okay, and what else do I have here? Okay, that's for the arm. So currently the arm is very, very stiff. If I actually continue modeling this guy procedurally in using Sverchok add-on, I will use grease pencil for the arm because Bender arm is very flexible, and the leg also it's not stiff. So I quite like this design, and definitely I can add that details quite easily. Oh, that's a baby Bender. That's interesting. And yeah, so the arm, I'll need to redesign it so it's more like flexible. I want to use grease pencil for it. And so yeah, so that's the arm part. Let's go to the top now. So that's the leg part. That's interesting. Oh, this part, the one that looks really complicated, it's actually Bender head. The head has a lot of different parts, including the eyes. What did I have here? So that's the top part of the head. I'm using sphere for that. Interesting. And also the teeth. The teeth is in the eyes and the teeth is basically another cylinder, I think. Yeah, that's just a cylinder. The eyeballs, of course, sphere. But you might notice this part. Actually, I'm using Boolean. So just that's a Boolean. Let's take a look. Slightly complicated, but not really. Oh, okay, I have control on the head as well. So that's interesting. So with this kind of setup, really, if I ever needs to change Bender, like Bender baby and Bender adult, I can kind of blend between the two in theory. So what did I do here for the head? It's like the head part is really, if I look at it, it's kind of complicated. This part is what is this? How did I make it? It's just I think I started with a plane and then I'm using offset so I can control the radius, and then I extrude it to get the Bender eyes bit. It's like a goggle. Yeah, now that I made this like a few days ago or maybe last few weeks ago, and then I'm now back to it and I look at it. Wow, that's pretty complicated actually. How did I made it? I'm not sure, but yeah, so it's quite interesting. Maybe I need to study it. So if you Bender baby must have bigger eyes or something. But see, you can see I have control over the eyeballs and the placement, how far apart. Yeah, that's no longer Bender that we know. So that's the eyeballs. I don't have the black bits. That's definitely detailed. And then Bender also have control over the eyes, the eyelids. So that's maybe something I need to add. But yeah, anyhow, the top part is quite obvious. It's just cylinder and sphere. But it's with a procedural modeling like this, it's a matter of knowing. Sometimes a matter of knowing the placement for each part. Like and then let's say you have the arm. You know, there's the start part and the end part. And for the next part, you want to put it at the end. So it's you can control the length, things like that. So a lot of dependency of uh, elements of the the design of the robot. So ideally, of course, like I said, there are so many design of robots, and like this guy is actually a good start as well. There is the head and the body and the arms and the legs. Each one have certain positions and placement. So I should probably start from this guy and then convert it into Bender. Maybe even blend between the two. They are very similar. Iron Giant, this guy is actually really good to study if you want to do a modeling of robot. A lot of primitives, but this guy have a lot of interesting design underneath. So I will try to do this guy at some point using Sphere Chalk add-on. We will see. Maybe. Oh, that's Iron Man. Okay, so yeah, I'll give you this Node 3 setup for you to have a look and study. I'm pretty sure you can set it up. You can set the arm and the legs. I'll try to do that as well if I want to go back to this setup. And yeah, let me know what you think. And I guess I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.